Hello, 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 everybody. um, I want to do a shout out video, and then after that, I'm gonna do my um, rebranding video and my comeback and that sort of thing. And I'm probably gonna post them shortly after one another. So I'm just gonna be busy on the screen with finishing this journal, but I'm not gonna talk about that specifically. I need footage for my other, to finish my other video with this. I'm editing the live that I did, and I want to add the finished journal to the video. So I'm going to use this footage that I create here with a voiceover in the other video. And yeah, I don't want to make this a long story, but what I want to do in this video is I want to give specific shout outs to a bunch of people. All right. So my very first shout out goes to Tequina. Tequina is not a channel. She is one of my subbies, of one of my subscribers. And she is the subscriber from heaven. She's just magnificent. And I want to acknowledge that. I want to just acknowledge with how awesomely beautiful her support is. And she was a supporter of mine 5 years ago when I used to record. And the moment I posted again, she was on there again. And I used to make these little videos about tips and tricks on your channel for mostly creators like us, but a lot of our crafty creators does not seem to be aware of a lot of the things that influence their channels and the things that they do. So it went down very well. And one of those things was watch time. So Tequina went and created a playlist on her, on her profile. And then whenever she would leave the house or be busy with something else or anything like that, she would put on a playlist of just my videos and just play them, just one after the other, which helps me with watch time and retention and etc. So she makes a huge difference. She's just awesome. She's just an awesome supporter. And I want to take the time to Queena. Thank you. Thank you for being such a awesomely awesome and everything. A lot of things that I'm not even mentioning. Moderating for me before and things like that. Um I'd love to one day meet you. It would be really, really nice to meet the person behind the support. So thank you for what you do. The next person that I want to mention is Esther from Cargo Stitches. Now, I'm going to make a separate video with a gift that Esther sent me, and I'm going to use the gift in the video. I wanted to do it in this one, but then decided that no, it actually needs its own video. It's worthy of its own video. But she's been so welcoming, and she's been giving me a lot of support. And she appreciates it when people interact with her channel as well. Now, she's a faith-based crafter, but she has some awesome ideas. And she has the most magnificent digitals that she sells. I will link her channel in this video, and then on the video where I use the things that she sent me, I will also link her shop. If you are at all, if you like Edith Holden type stuff, her stuff looks like Edith Holden stuff. That's what it looks like. It's just stunningly beautiful, and I will show that to you in the next video that where I'll be crafting with it. Just awesome, loving person. You can learn a lot on her channel. She has a good variety of videos, junk journaling, and I do believe that she might have been doing one or two other things as well. And then, of course, if you are a Christian at all, then you'll find lots of value from her faith-based videos. The next person I want to mention is Scrap Rat, Cindy. Cindy, firstly, when I came back, she very promptly, when she found out I was from South Africa, she introduced me to another South African or two that are also junk journalists and people in the junk journal and crafting world. And it was so nice to really, in South Africa, there's not a lot of crafters, or let's put it, there's a lot of crafters, there's not a lot of YouTube channels. So it was so nice to be hooked up to people that are in the junk journal world and in the crafting world. In South Africa, we don't get anything like Happy Mail and swaps and, all this subculture that you guys have overseas with regards junk journaling in the community, etc. Just simply because there aren't so many people doing it, and secondly because there's a lot of people like on Facebook, etc. And it is growing and it is getting bigger, but for a long time we were alone. Anyway, let's talk about Scrap Rat. Cindy has a magnificent playlist. You can go and look on her channel. There's some really awesome stuff. She has some really great stuff on one-page wonders, if that's something that you're into. She has a very generous friend that gave her one huge haul, and her latest video is a Tim Holtz craft haul where she bought a lot of stuff. It's not only Tim Holtz, there are other things there as well. It looks like kitting out a craft room. If you want to get jealous, go watch that. But she, like she says in the video, she's not independently wealthy. She cleaned up her space, and then sold a lot of her old crafting things that she's not really using. And now she's gone out and gotten the things that she wants to use and really will use, So that is the idea behind why she had such a magnificent haul that she, bought things for. So lots of good ideas. She's an old-time crafter, and there's a lot of brilliant ideas on her channel that you can go and check out. And you will definitely learn something that you did not know before. She's also really good at explaining things in the sense of, if you haven't got this tool or that tool specifically for beginners or people that are not in a position to buy those things, she gives alternatives to how those people can do this trick or do that trick, or how they can get the same type of results without necessarily buying the expensive stuff. Because junk journaling is what it says. You journal with junk, but the truth is you can absolutely do it with junk, and you can do it cheaply. But for the same matter, you can spend money to your heart's content in junk journaling. It's not a infinite. It can become an infinite hole of money leaving your purse. It can be really expensive, and it's well worth listening to a channel where they give you the alternatives, because unless you do have an unlimited budget, there's not really any chance that you'll be able to purchase these things all straight up. It's too expensive. But the nice thing is there's workarounds for everything. And that is what Cindy is really good at. She's got some really good ideas. So go have a look at Cindy's channel, Scrap Brat. Then the next one, Scrap Brat introduced me to Candy from Candy's Crafty Creations. And what a breath of fresh air. Candy is in South Africa, and it was so nice to connect with another South African. And we have a meet-up organized sort of beginning of May-ish, first week in May. And I am really excited for that. It's just a coffee date, but it's just, get to meet them. And she's bringing along two other South African crafters that she knew before I met her. And we are all meeting up. Now, she's met them separately already, but I am so excited to actually meet some other crafters and junk journal crafters. We don't have a lot of people that we meet in person. A lot of the things that are taken for granted overseas, like craft retreats and that sort of thing, doesn't really happen here. So it's going to be really, really great to meet up with them. Now, Candy does all these hashtags. She's a very good participation. She participates in all these hashtags. She has one with Scrap Brat on her own, which is Find My Floor, which is about organizing and just cleaning up your craft room, and it's an ongoing hashtag. And then she also introduced me to these JJ Sketches hashtag, which is they do sort of a basic sketch that they then it's sort of on the idea of maybe scrapbooking, I think, but you could very easily use these things for tags and journal cards as well, where they then build call it a journal card, where they build the sketch. So here's a circle, and here's a rectangle, and here's a banner, and that sort of thing. And it's really cool because it stretches your imagination beyond your normal, because it kind of forces you now to think in a different way, if you will. And I really like it. So we've started from sketch 1, but that's on a WhatsApp group that we have as South African journalists. The other people on the group are mostly junk journalists, not necessarily building their own journals, but rather just journaling, So these sketches are right up their alley as well. And then they also have a hashtag that they're doing for, Candy, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal, where 6 of them have swapped journals. So every 2 weeks to a month, they swap journal, and then the journal travels to all 6 people. Each one has their own journal. So every 2 weeks or month or something, you get a different journal, and then there's certain pages that you then complete within that person's journal. Awesome idea. I don't know if I want anybody else working in my journal, but it's a really nice way of, again, getting ideas from other people and the way they work and the things that they do, So it's a really cool thing. And they are, I think they're on their second last person now. And then the journals are going to the last person. So very soon they'll have their journals, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing the end results there. So watch out for that on her channel. And then she also does these twinchies, which is these 2-inch little, 2-inch by 2-inch little artworks, which really goes well if you decorating something or etc. But it makes the artwork simple, as in you only need to put it in a 2-inch format. Really, really good idea. Really cool idea. Lots of variation there and very much participation in the craft world. Candy, sorry. Cindy was Scrap Brat. Candy is also very good at getting things done. You know, she's definitely amongst our little group of South African crafters that we've now that she's introduced me to. She's definitely the one there to, okay, now what are we doing about this, and what the person that pushes the things through to actually doing it. Not just talking, because I'm really good at talking and not doing. So you always need somebody that is a doer, somebody that is gonna do something about stuff. She also volunteers at an old age home where her granddad used to be before he passed away, and she is building a journal with the older people. So she created a pack for each one of them with glue and papers and so that sort of thing. And she's now updating her YouTube channel with the progress report. And you actually become invested, you actually become curious about what did she do and how did they take it, and that sort of thing. And now I gather, now they've asked her to do the bingo as well. I think the junk journaling is on Thursdays, and I think she said the bingo is on Monday. So now they've asked her, they've roped her into doing the bingo as well, and she's doing that as a part of a I think the hashtag is called Spread the Joy, or sorry, I'm speak under correction, but it's something about spreading joy. And she's doing that, and she's actually doing it. That is the awesomeness of it. She's actually doing it, and she's making a difference. And what a lovely, lovely, lovely idea. So please support her and go watch her channel. Most of these channels that I'm giving you are small channels and still trying to grow. And your support there would be really appreciated. And then the other person I want to mention is Orange Eyes. The name of the channel might be slightly more complicated. I meant to go and look it up before I recorded, and now I forgot. But she does all kinds of crafts, all kinds of different things. Long time crafter. But what I'm looking forward to is she does watercolors. And I've asked her to give us, to paint little elements, like little mushrooms or snails or leaves or, anything junk journal related that we can put into our journals. And she said that she would. And I'm quite looking forward to that video coming up if she does it. But either way, the watercolor police told her that she's not allowed to do tutorials on watercolors. It's their turf. So it's not the same community that we are in. We are sort of in the journaling space. But just want to mention the other craft communities are apparently not the same as ours. So go and show her some love. She does journaling. She builds journals. On one of her last videos, she showed a lot of journals that she's had since childhood, glue books, different ideas and things. Long history with journals, and slowly moving into our community now, but also with these extra skills that can adapt to our craft. The nice thing about junk journaling is that really you can come from it at any angle. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you've done pottery before, then you will find a way of using the techniques there in your junk journal, So that, I think for me, that's one of the things about junk journaling that makes it so great, is that it's so very, very compatible with everything else. You bring the skills that you learned in your previous crafts. And then you know, if you are a sewer, you know, somebody that does needlework, that fits. If you did embroidery, that fits. If you were a scrapbooker, that fits. If you were a painter, that works. If you were an art journaler, that works. You know, you can come to junk journaling from so many angles, and I think that's one of the reasons that I find it so wonderful. Is I get easily bored with a craft, and junk journal has kept my attention now for a long, long time, and I think that's where Orange Eyes are now. That she's moving into formally sort of this world. I'm not making decisions for her. She might have other plans for her channel. That's just the idea that I got. But go and show her support. Go and show her who the journaling community is. And she really appreciates the little bit of support even that you give. So very nice person. So you can get to know her and go and watch her videos. And then, not a shout out, I just want to mention I've started a WhatsApp channel for South African crafters. So if you are a South African crafter, check in the description box and join that WhatsApp channel. On there will be guidelines to a WhatsApp group that you can join. And it's very much in the beginning stages. But the idea with that is that we post on the channel good videos from South African crafters. And then when people join that WhatsApp group, or if crafters start searching for crafting on WhatsApp, they will find that, and that is like good promotion for your YouTube channel. It's specifically focused on YouTube, so it's YouTube South African crafters. So have a look at that and join that link, and then just check. There will be a link to the WhatsApp group to get your videos up. The videos will be curated, so they will not be, we're not just going to post anything. If your videos are not of high quality, I don't mean, you know, HD video and that sort of thing, but I mean they need to add value. It needs to be, the channel needs to be about good videos. So when people join that, it needs to be a, oh wow, look at this, you know. Now that sounds wrong again. That doesn't mean every video must wow. That's not also not what I mean. I just mean it can't be shaking up and down, etc. Right, and then there's one other channel that I want to mention that is not really journaling. This is Debbie Jean This and That. She does deck the year, and she does diamond painting, and she does all kinds of things, and she shows you how to bake cookies and do all kinds of things. But also an awesome supporter, an awesome person to have in your what do you call it, repertoire of people to watch. And she really goes out of her way to support you, you know. So go and support her channel, get to know her, and maybe she'll come back and join your channel. I don't mean like for a like and a subby for a subby, but she's also really good at doing the hashtags. So yeah, go and have a look there, and I will link all these channels in the description. And please let me know what you think about these people once you've gone and had a look. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a lovely day.